after Stunty, so that makes...
Yeah, and I'm after Dan, so...
Yeah, and I'm before those two.
Cool beans. Right, you ready? Ready to rock and roll, people?
Yes. Right.
Yeah. Who did that?
Oh. Okay. And a 3, and a 2, and a 1. Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 65 for Tuesday, the 30th of March, 2021. I'm your host, Mark Webb, gamer tag, Piss on a D, Steam ID, Webby, 360G, and joining me on this fine evening is...
God save the Queen. It's Kali Wally.
Buckle up. It's going to be one of those podcasts. Send right down.
I need to find some more cars to sell to the South Africans. It's number one Stuntmaster.
Going for Prolapse, it's Sensei Switch.
Well, hey, there's quite a few of us on this week. A little bit of an update on Stunty's car from last week. He sold it, everybody.
Yeah, I sold it, and it's going to Africa.
Was this
so
the VW
random.
bus?
Sorry, no. This is a Toyota Corolla, which is just an old Corolla. It's my father-in-law's, and the guy come all the way from Chingford in London, and he didn't even look at the car. He just said, "Yeah, I'll pay you this asking price." I went, "Okay, fine." So he come down, picked up the car, and I said to him, "Right, do you want me to show you about it?" He said, "No." He said, "Not really bothered. It's going to South Africa anyway."
Dear.
I went, "All right, okay." So he said,
Nice.
Yeah. So I thought, right,
Hopefully
fine.
not through the Suez Canal.
Oh, the memes
there
for
we
that have
go.
been hilarious. Oh dear. Causing chaos.
Yeah,
Well,
all
I'm
those
glad you got it
PS5s
sold.
and Xboxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad
So,
you got it sold,
yeah.
Stunty.
Did you get £1,000 for it?
No, I got a little bit less than that, so it was good enough anyway.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, it was a fucking ugly looking thing anyway.
Okay. But it's going on holiday now. Brilliant.
Yes, it is, yeah. It's getting a better holiday than I'm going to get this year.
As it had its jabs.
Oh, I don't know, but it won't wear a mask, will it?
Next time you see it, it'll have a nice 50 caliber machine gun mounted on the back.
Yeah, see with that way they cut the back off it and then get loads in the back then, couldn't they?
Yeah.
That's why he wanted a big saloon, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are we all doing anyway? All good? All good? Busy week?
All right.
Yeah.
Nothing's
Cool.
really happened. It's lockdown again, isn't
Hoping
Yeah.
I don't have COVID.
it? Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah. Tell your story,
Oh,
Colin.
yeah.
So, yeah, just update on me. So, where I live, there hasn't been much of a lockdown. We still have the mask mandates, and cases are fine, and restaurants are open, and you're allowed to go out. It's just everywhere you are, keep a mask on and all that stuff. What ended up happening on Friday afternoon? I guess last year prom for high schoolers was canceled, but this year they are doing a prom because we have been back in-person learning in schools for kids with masks. The neighborhood boy who's going to prom, both his parents were out of town, and he rang me up and he said, "Hey, can I bring over my? It's prom tonight, and I don't know how to iron my shirt. Can I come over and can you help me iron my shirt for prom tonight?" And I said, "Sure, come on over." So he comes over, hands me the shirt. I iron it for him, give it back to him. Off he goes to get his test because you can only get into prom if you've had a COVID test. Well, he tested positive, and so he rings me up and he said, "I was in your house and I just tested positive for COVID." And I was just like, "Oh God, here we go." So we all jumped in the shower, wiped everything down, with sanitizing wipes and stuff. And now I'm just waiting for the incubation period to go by to see if something happens. I haven't lost my sense of smell or anything.
How long ago was this, Colin?
It was Friday evening,
Okay.
or Friday afternoon. And what the CDC guidelines are, close contact is determined to be within less than 6 feet for 15 minutes or longer, which he was nowhere near. Like, he handed me a shirt, stood in the other room while I ironed it, so I think I'm okay. But nonetheless, it was a little bit of a scare. And I've been kind of every 15 minutes, I'm saying, am I warm? Do I have a sore throat?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think I'll be fine. But yeah, that's what happened. Sorry for
Cool, man. Well, I hope you're all right.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
No worries.
So, how old is this kid?
17.
And he doesn't know how to iron. What have his parents been doing to him? What have they been teaching him? Come on.
They'd probably be doing his ironing for him.
Ugh,
It's time for a wake-up call. Just kidding. Yeah, I mean,
well,
just
17
wait
and
till your
can't
kids are
iron,
teenagers,
bloody
man.
hell.
You'll see.
Oh,
It's a barrel of laughs. Anyway.
Anyway, well, why did he iron his shirt anyway? He's not going to get any,
Yeah,
know.
but Colin
he's not getting-
ironed
he's
his
not getting
shirt,
any
now he's
action.
and then
got
he
it because
could-
he can't go to COVID or go to
I know.
prom because of COVID.
I can't
I
go to the
know.
prom.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
Anyway,
waste of
well,
time. Oh,
I know. Oh, well, never mind. Well, hopefully you learned
Video
something.
games. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
video games.
before we get on to the news, I just want to send out a big thank you to all the patrons. Got a new Patreon today, so thank you very much to Anthony who joined us, who joined the long list of patrons. Have 21 now. So I'm going to read out a thank you to each one of you. We have been I've been trying to engage the patrons as much as possible on the website. So what I've been doing is I've been doing some polls and trying to gauge what people would like, and we've come to the consensus that the Patreons would like to come on a Patreon only podcast. So it'd be me and just some of the patrons just doing a show together, and that will go out on the main feed for
good,
everybody. So I've been trying to arrange that, and because obviously people are in different time zones, we've kind of decided that I'm gonna try and get on with the people on the other side of the world, the Aussies. So we're gonna do an Aussie show with Wes as well, who's living in Thailand, so he's in a similar time zone to the Aussies.
Sawadee Kap.
Yep. So we're gonna record that at some point in the near future. We haven't. So we're gonna try and arrange that in the near future. We haven't got a date set for that, but we're gonna try that soon. No, it isn't Hogarth. No. He says, "What, the Patreon money isn't like a Christmas club, and I get a lump sum in December." No.
We're still waiting. So you're behind us, Hogarth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, I'm going to read out all the names. That's where I was getting to. So Wes, Phil, Brian, John, Luke, Sean, not John Luke, John and then Luke, Sean, Nigel, aka Hogarth, John, Ryan, Strokey McGinger, Jason, Paul, David, Nikki Wilson, Sean, Slyvester Almond, Steffi Business, Craig, Matthew, Dazpoz, and our new guy, Anthony. So thank you very much. You are all awesome people, keeping the shows going every single week.
Thank you to all of you.
That's all good and heard. Right. News then this week. It's been a little bit of news.
Yep.
Oh, shall we just get out of the way?
Yeah, let's just dive into it.
Yeah,
so
on Twitch at the
Hopefully
moment.
we can talk about it as rational adults.
Exactly.
Right,
exactly.
so basically it's coming up on your feed now. Basically, news is that 6 Days of Fallujah has resurfaced and is coming out in at some point in the future. There has been no release date for that. So a little bit of history about this game. It was actually due for release originally in 2009. But what happened was there was such outrage by the mob.
So much for the rational adults.
Yeah, so it got cancelled because it was Namco Bandai or Bandai Namco who were publishing
it was Konami.
Anyway, so they were trying to publish it. Well, they were going to publish it, but then they cowed down to the mob and were like, "No, we're not going to do it now because people are offended." So anyway, all the offended people got their way, and the game died a death.
Yeah.
Fast forward to 2021, and IGN put out a video, which you're watching now, a preview of a very early build of the game that's now being published by an independent publisher. Now, I was quite surprised initially that IGN got the first look at this and put out this first look. It's a really good trailer actually because it's not all just gameplay. It gives some of the backstory from the from veterans from the American military. about their experiences there, and then at the end of the video they have a little bit from the Iraqi side of the story as well. So they're trying to push it as kind of a video game like a video game documentary type game. And looking at some of the gameplay as well, it looks a bit like Brothers in Arms. If you never played the Brothers in Arms games, fucking brilliant. It's, you know, you're leader of a little squad, it's single player, and then you're commanding your troops what to do, you know, like to go up to the door, and then they stand outside, and then they breach the door or the windows or whatever. Yeah, so it looks like a really interesting game, and I'm someone, I love my realistic military shooters. I play like Squad is one of the most realistic PC military shooters that you can get, and you get a lot of army veterans and serving members of the army playing that as well. And it's just, you know, I love those type of games, but it's just nice to get a single player game from, you know, that's that added realism. Now, what's happened off the back of this trailer coming out is there's been some outrage by certain members of the video game journalism community on social media. I really need to
developer community
and
as
developer
well, right?
community, yeah. So I really need to delete Twitter because it's just where all this fucking bollocks ends up being spouted. And it's fair enough. They can say, you know, well, they don't like the look of the game. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I understand that. I don't want to be silencing people or anything like that. But they're actively now trying to get the game cancelled. And it's fucking
and
bollocks.
What is the offense? What are they saying is offensive, or the reason why this game shouldn't be made? What is it about this game that they're saying is the
there's
problem?
a couple of reasons why. One is they're saying it's etched into too recent memory, which I admit I can understand that, because it's the mid 2000s. But then my response to that would be, yeah, I understand, but look at 9/11. Look at 9/11 as a prime example. They were having movies coming out about that within a couple of years of that happening, and that was one of the biggest atrocities in American history. Well, yeah.
And Battlefield 4 covers the same conflict, and is 10 years old at this point, right? So, are we sure we're giving the criticism of the game a fair shake? Is it because I know that what they had said was something about like war crimes were committed in Fallujah or something like that, like. Does this game glorify the commission of war crimes? Like, what is it that they're saying? Like, I'm struggling to understand why this game is more controversial than Battlefield 4, for example. That
this is what I'm trying to understand
or
as
Call
well.
of Duty Modern Warfare, which takes place in the Middle East.
It's based on a real conflict and a real story of events that actually took place, rather than like your technical, like your other shooters are just kind of like a fictional setting,
just generic. Okay.
Yeah. So also what I've been seeing by one prominent Iraqi Muslim developer on Twitter was saying that it glorifies Americans killing Iraqis, that it's American propaganda.
Again, nothing unique about that game compared to Battlefield 4 or Call of Duty Modern Warfare or Modern Warfare 2, in that you're fighting Middle Eastern people, right?
But now,
or whatever.
I think I will say to that, like, look at how easily people get offended over things these days. It's like,
that's what I'm just struggling with.
But if those games had come out earlier, like now, Battlefield 4 and that, people would probably kick up a stink about them. It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't.
I think. I've done some reading on this, because I'm not. I really couldn't care less about this game, if I'm being honest. Not my cup of tea, but hey ho. And I think that the main crux of this issue is the Battle of Fallujah, and if you're familiar with it, if you're not, an awful lot of civilians died. White phosphorus was used. There's allegations of war crimes off the back of a conflict that some declare was to go and seek out fictional weapons of mass destruction. So there's a whole kind of melting pot an issue about this conflict in the first place. And regardless how you perceive this or where you sit on what kind of political divide on this, I can understand how some people's backs have got up on this. I can understand it. And I think it was going to take some really, really cool heads to have a discussion about it. It is definitely a discussion point worth having. But is it in a video game? Is it? This is the issue I have here, because at this present moment in time, video games are becoming more and more like art forms. You know, they get BAFTA awards, they get presentations, they get all sorts, and we get to a point now. Is that, do we allow video games, you know, the same kind of criticism we would give like a film or a movie? And I think we should do, and I think we should be able to hold this up and have a sensible conversation about it. The only problem is right now, this hasn't come out yet.
No, and
we're doing all of this at the back of IGN.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Dan, right? And that's the thing that's really annoyed me as well, is the fact, you know, they've shown like less than a 10-minute preview video on IGN. No one's actually played the game, so how can you know, talk about the game or criticize the game if you've not played it or at least seen a good amount of gameplay, right? At the very least. So this is the issue that I'm having with it. I think, you know, if they've played the full game or seen the full game, you know, and they're still offended by it, you know, that's their opinion. They're entitled to be offended by anything. But these game journalists and game devs who are actively spouting on social media that they want the game cancelled, you know, that's what pisses me off. Because it's this minority of voices sorry.
Let it come out and criticize it and judge it on its merits, and have a dialogue about it. But I that's where that's where I kind of have the problem is that, like, the active effort to suppress this from being released, to prevent, you yourself don't want to consume it, that's fine, but you want to prohibit other people from consuming it as well. And I get shades of Dan Quayle and Two Live Crew and saying this is, you know, like, this needs to be banned, this needs warning.
I don't understand that reference.
Why not?
What's
hard to understand about that?
All I know is Dan Quayle couldn't spell potatoes.
Yeah.
All I know.
Well, he
tried to ban like certain hip hop and stuff.
to ban explicit music with explicit content in it.
Gotcha.
Sexual references, things like that. Because it's not suitable for children, it's bad for society, what have you, right? Like, those are the arguments that are made.
I get this, I get all this, but this is the other flip side, and this is where I take a little bit of a stance in the sense that this is the opposite side of the same coin we had with The Last of Us 2. A certain section of the, let's just say, gaming community took umbrage of that game before it came out. And everything kicked off, and no one had actually played it.
So I bought the game.
No, and I do understand that.
But no one wanted it banned.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like people were saying, you know, they don't agree with it, blah blah blah, certain things, but no,
but they hadn't played it. They hadn't played it.
And hadn't played it. 100% agree with you, Dan. But they didn't say, oh, I want it banned, it shouldn't come out. They just didn't.
This is offensive
I'm
to
sure
me.
some
Other
did.
people cannot.
I'm sure
did.
some did.
Maybe.
I'm sure some did.
But not members of the actual gaming industry didn't say that at all. It would have just been a few randoms on Twitter.
The point I'm getting at this right now is that cooler heads throughout of this need to prevail. They need to sit down and be fucking adults about it. All I'm getting at the moment is one side saying one thing and the other side taking umbrage at that, squabbling over a fucking 10-minute video on IGN, and I'm like, what did I miss? Oh, a game I don't give a shit about. Okay? That's what the gaming industry has happened. That's what's happened to it now. Let's take a step back and be fucking bigger than this. That's all I'm saying.
I can understand what you're saying, Dan, but it just frustrates me because it's happening over and over again in certain sections of media and society where there's a small minority wanting, you know, speaking out and wanting things cancelled, and then these companies cowing down to them and go, no, okay, well, it won't come out, blah blah blah. And I'm passionate about video games. I love video games, and I don't want to see video games cancelled. You know, if people don't want to play them or buy them or whatever, that's fine. You don't have to. You know, and that's my stance on any type of media.
And that was the argument that won out against Dan Quayle and social conservatives that said, stop putting out explicit content and music for kids to listen to. If you don't want to listen to it, don't listen to it. If you don't want to play the game, don't play the game.
Exactly.
But don't try to ban other people from consuming the content they want to consume. That's just a core tenet of a liberal society.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, great. I 100% agree with that. I think we just need to be cooler heads at the end of this day, because at the moment it's all it's doing is turning into a slagging match.
Yeah.
And I think if we were able to take each of these instances of so-called cancel culture one by one, we can actually split this on its head and prove that, you know, we can make strides to try and get this reversed and stop people shouting out and decrying stuff they don't like to get rid of. And I think just being flippant about it doesn't help anyone. Anyway,
yeah, I mean,
I'm done.
Again, so I really need to delete Twitter because I was getting so fucking annoyed. Like,
yes, you do.
So, like, it's like, right. So, Lana Pierce is a prominent, in the gaming media, and stuff like this, right? I was advised not to cover the issues with this game because it could threaten my visa status. It sucks that Rami had to take on the onus himself, but I'm glad he did. You know, so this guy, Rami Ismail, did a really long video about the trailer on IGN, basically saying, "Oh, it's wrong, it's blah." You know, you can watch it. You know, but he's basically just slagging off and saying, "You know, we need to cancel it. It's a load of bollocks." And then IGN, obviously, because they put this video out, right? They then, another one of their journalists put out an article on IGN basically saying, yeah, people are right to have all these horrible criticisms about the game. And it's a really long fucking article, you know, saying, yeah, the trailer didn't show enough about the Iraqi side, and yeah, there might have been war crimes, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, in my view, it's like, there's been this outcry about the trailer that IGN did. IGN are quite a left-leaning media outlet anyway, so I was quite surprised that they put the trailer out in the first place. And then they're kind of backtracking now, pumping out articles like this because of the internet mob on Twitter, you know, saying that it offends them. So it's all this stuff happening around this game, and it's just... And it just gets to the point where it's just like, where the fuck does it end? Really?
It's free publicity. It's free publicity at the end of the day. It's pumping into it. It's going to do well. Yeah. I'm not going to play it. You are.
I mean, I really want to play it. I'm going to pre-order this game as soon as I can pre-order it. I'm day one, mate.
Yeah.
Not going to pirate it?
Ultimate edition, mate. 100 quid. They can have my money.
Ultimate edition on this.
Yeah, I don't care.
And thank you for all the Patreons.
Yeah, I just want to support these devs because
believing in me.
I just want to support these devs because they've got the balls to put out their vision.
Well,
you know, and I know it's been cancelled before, but they've actually found another publisher now. And
what I will say is that they're fully aware that they're going to get criticism. So let's be constructive with that criticism about the game. But once it comes out and everyone has a chance to play it.
Yeah,
I can't wait for it to be my game of the year, mate.
Yeah. Make it £70.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, 70 quid, PlayStation exclusive. Done.
Yeah.
I'll have to buy a PS5.
PS5, £70 exclusive.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, that'd be just perfect, wouldn't it?
I'll tell you what.
I did see earlier that someone had actually messaged... like Phil Spencer, Shio Yoshida, pretty much all the presidents of the different gaming companies, including obviously Mr. Biden, to basically complain to get the game banned.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So it's kind of weird. It's like you said, like people bring stuff out that other people don't like all the time.
Yeah.
Like that's just life. Not everyone likes everything. I mean, if you go back through pretty much every war film I've seen, like even classic war films, they're technically all slanted from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
War is shit and horrible. You learn that from a young age. It really isn't fun. The only good wars are in games and film, to be honest, because it's obviously just actors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see if they can even make war films in the future.
I think they will be able to.
Someone will get
I'm sure.
offended.
War films in the past have always had a political slant to them, and it depends. Obviously, if you get someone like Oliver Stone, for example, who did an awful lot of Vietnam movies, and his perception and experience of going to Vietnam, and he imprinted that into his stories. But then you get something like American Sniper, which is a very much a a very patriotic viewpoint of war and what it means to a person. So,
or you get Inglourious Bastards, which is a comedic take.
Yeah,
right?
kind of flippant. Yeah.
But, just to say on that, anyway, you just said American Sniper. That got a lot of grief because that was Clint Eastwood, wasn't it? That did that,
no, was it Clint Eastwood? It was. Yeah, it was.
Because he got a lot of shit over that.
Yeah, it was. I watched. I didn't like it personally. I thought
he shot the kid.
No, it was the politics on it was a little bit. I wasn't down with it, to be honest with you. I watched it all and I thought it was a little bit too sentimental.
Based on true story.
Yeah, a little bit too sentimental about someone who was a very, very flawed human being. But
I mean,
it's not.
Everyone is flawed.
Yeah, I'm able to criticize these things because I've watched them and I understand they're just films, and I'm able to have a discussion about them without having to go around and rip up every single, DVD of them. Or basically,
sensible, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm able to call things as being things rubbish if I want to, but I mean, what's the best war movie ever? I don't know. Full Metal Jacket, amazing film. Apocalypse Now, amazing. Yeah. Platoon, there we go, racking them off. But American Sniper's not it. Sorry.
And they do sell. They do still make big money war films, so
they can do. They can do, yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of them do. But what I'm saying is, I don't think we're going to see a time where they try and remove them because they are a big seller.
Yeah. Depends what we need sport, but I think depends what the modern wars are. Because when the next set of films come out, I don't know. We're kind of running out of modern war films.
For all we know, this game that's actually coming out could actually make people question why foreign forces go into other countries.
Well, this is
what they did was right, and
that's the hope.
Showcase some more of the other side of what obviously goes on, because we just get one part, because obviously we listen to our own media. We don't obviously hear the media from that country and what they're saying, and vice versa. Obviously, we're not like North Korea where we win football games and stuff in matches that aren't even taking place and stuff. But obviously, we do get a certain slant to things, and I'm very open to hearing different sides from different things.
I think we have something we haven't really explored is that military first-person shooters they're kind of very arcadey these days. They're very unrealistic and flippant. Call of Duty, for example.
Battlefield's the closest, I'd say.
And to the point that you almost lose. I mean, kids playing COD. I do question if they understand exactly the nature of warfare when they're playing it.
It's because none of you play PC, right? So on the PC,
here we go.
You've got the super realistic. No,
here we go.
No, it's just as an example, you've got very realistic military shooters on the PC. Squad is a prime example. Hell Let Loose is quite a realistic World War II shooter that's kind of like Battlefield, but obviously the more realistic. So the realistic games are out there, but as I say, on the console, and especially the more popular games, I agree they are the more arcadey Call of Duty type games. Yeah.
Well, Dan, are you in favor of censoring kids from consuming war in video games?
No, I didn't say that necessarily.
I think age ratings exist for a reason.
Exactly. I think that they're there for a reason. I think as a responsible adult or parent, you should take an interest of how you bring up your kid. I don't play them because I got bored of them. They became.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant the content was potentially harmful for them or could deceive them.
No, it's not. It's not that they
misguide their worldview.
They don't understand it. It's like it cuts a pie fight in their eyes. And when you buy a battle pass and you upgrade, so you can get a purple gun. That is not warfare. It's not. No. It's almost this. It's almost.
I agree.
It's almost polluting their perception, their worldview,
and one wonders if 12-year-old kids should be listening to gangster rap that talks about drug dealing, shooting your enemies, and having all kinds of.
I was listening to NWA when I was a kid.
Yeah, I did not
understand it. I did not understand a word they were on about, apart from "fuck the police." That's all I understood.
Yeah, and now look at all these riots. Now look at all these riots.
Oh man,
It only took 20 years plus.
Kill the bill.
Were you out on the streets of Brighton last night, Dan? We were all curious.
Oh, no,
Okay,
I was at home, mate. I was asleep.
Okay.
Early night.
I thought I saw you in a picture, you know, front and center, mate.
He's in the supply chain. He's the one making Molotov cocktails in his kitchen.
Yeah. With cheap whiskey. Yeah, done, mate.
Oh, dear.
Dearie me. Anyway, where were we? News. Let's get on with this shit.
Where were we?
Kill the Bill. We're talking about Kill the Bill in Brighton. Hang on, my missus is want to say something to me. What's up?
Go then.
Thought they killed the Bill on TV years ago. I used to like the Bill.
They did.
The TV series.
Is that still going, is it?
No, it's not.
Oh.
They're on UK Gold, though.
Tosh lines.
What's happened to this chat?
I don't know.
I don't know. Webby getting bollocks.
Sorry, no, my missus is backing me up about the 6 days in Fallujah stuff, actually. She's sitting down and going,
tweeting.
This is really
husband,
good.
she's going, husband, you are 100% right on everything you ever say.
But that's bullshit. That's
on this
that's
game.
bullshit. That's bullshit. You know it is.
And all this fake outrage and cancel culture is bollocks. She said it. Didn't you, darling?
Did I?
Yes.
Did I really?
No, she didn't.
Yes.
Get her in the Discord chat.
Why don't you say what you just said to me?
She just liked my retweet from my reply from you on Twitter.
Get on the mic and say what you just said to me. Say it now and say it.
Hello, Leon. You're among friends.
Was there's a good article. I've put a link to it on Twitter.
Yeah, you tweeted it. Yeah.
Before they make an opinion, and then they can have an informed opinion rather than just jumping on a bandwagon.
Yes, and the article was correct, isn't it?
As far as I'm aware.
Yes.
Wait, Leon, does the article support my view or no?
Yes,
I will add a little
then I will make a decision as to whether to read it.
To support these people, you
Do
will
you
not
see
be
what I
paying
did there?
£100 for any kind of edition of this game or any other game.
He's gonna ye mateys the game.
The patrons will pay it for me. It's fine.
No, they won't. Oh.
Anyway, that's a little bit of the lightheartedness of the show with my missus.
And that's getting edited out.
Nah, that's fine. Anyway, are we finished talking about this game?
I hope so.
Yeah, next.
For a while.
What else is in the news?
Okay, so we've got a few more pieces of news. I'll probably miss loads, but this is looking fun. Microsoft is rebranding Xbox Live to Xbox Network. So, so they're changing the name from Xbox Live to Xbox Network. I don't know why. It just seems like an odd decision to me.
Xbox Live is a brand name. It's really well known, and whenever you hear network, you think PlayStation Network, Xbox Live. They're two separate things. So I don't know why they're doing that at all whatsoever.
Someone got paid for that, a lot of money. Do you know that?
Oh yeah.
It's the. I think especially with all this cloud gaming nonsense coming on, with like Fire Sticks, you plug in your telly, you've got like an Xbox you can take anywhere with you. It's kind of switching to a kind of a brand to encompass that, I guess, to make it more inclusive, to expand out of what people perceive as Xbox Live being quite, restrictive. Awesome. That's my take anyway.
Oh, well, as long as it still works and I'll get my Game Pass, I'm not really that bothered, but it just seems like an odd move to me.
Okay.
You'd have to say Xbox Network has gone down.
Yeah, just like the PlayStation Network is always
down. I think it's going to be pretty much everyone's going to still call it Xbox Live anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Just bizarre.
Yeah. Next.
Tim Milne says that Major Nelson has changed his Twitter name. Tim, tell me what his new name is, and I will let everyone know.
Major Boring.
Well, that's always been his name in my eyes. Okay, a little bit of PlayStation news, which is a little bit sad.
Can you just stop there a minute, Webby? You forgot a major bit of news to do with Xbox.
We're still on the news.
I'm still on the news.
No, I know, but on the Xbox news side.
Go on.
Go on.
To PlayStation.
No. Just that Xbox are looking into buying Discord.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for like how much was it? How much was it for?
Well, 10 million they're buying it.
No, it was like $1 billion or something stupid,
Jesus
wasn't it?
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.6 billion, I think, is what I heard.
But
really?
Why?
I thought it was a lot higher.
But why? Why is Microsoft thinking about buying Discord when they can just use it for free like the rest of us?
Okay. No,
Or
we're
use
wrong.
Skype, they own.
Microsoft in talks to buy Discord for more than $10 billion.
Yeah, I thought it was 10 billion.
Little pinky finger. Little pinky finger.
$10 million.
They want it because they think can get more of a fan base, so they can then push. Does that mean they put advertising on it to then push Game Pass? I don't know.
In cooperation with Xbox Live or Console Experts Network, it's going to be big. Whole community sitting on their Discord servers, integration, much like they gobbled up Skype.
I hope
Skype became worse after they acquired it.
It did, yeah, it did.
And now Skype doesn't even exist anymore, really.
Whenever I'm at work and someone sends me a Skype invite, I just go.
The thing is, the thing is, Microsoft will just fuck up Discord. They really will. Like at the moment, Discord is quite a free and open platform, and then I can see Microsoft coming in, charging you for more things, and they will probably be banning more people as well because they're quite restrictive on what people like on communities.
Well, that's you fucks, mate.
So that's 360G fuck, 100%. So
just jump to another.
There's Dan cackling at Webby escaping from forum to forum, having to jump from forum to forum.
Fucking hell, where have I gone? I've gone from Twitter, a Discord, Gab, Minds. What's the fucking other one?
You go back on MySpace.
Telegraph.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Oh dear. Yeah.
I did hear that the guy from Discord is quite interested in selling the company.
Well,
anyway,
wouldn't you be for $10 billion?
Well, and that's always been my question about Discord: is what is their cash flow model? Like, how do they? This is a great service. How the hell do you monetize?
So you pay for server boosts.
It's like you sell emoji. Yeah. Well, I know that's been the intermediate. At first, it was free for everybody, and it was just venture capital kind of. Hey, let's build. It's the classic social media platform evolution, which is build your user base. You'll have a captive audience, and then you start offering kind of supplementary optional services for extra cash, and then at some point, it's start selling ads and sell off to a major buyer.
Yeah.
You know, like that. That's the
exactly.
path it goes down.
And then if you've got a big enough install base, little creeping microtransactions here and there build up. It's a bit like, I must say right now, if no one comes on our Discord server, we actually have brand new emojis on there now that came in this week.
We do,
and they're superb. They are superb.
Yeah.
And do we charge
well done
for those?
to Webby.
No, we don't because we're nice people.
Webby's eyes light up with cat signs. Ding.
So we've got emojis of everyone in the crew, on the podcast crew. They're really, really cool. And I did add an animated GIF, but I can't use it because I don't subscribe to this bloody server boost malarkey.
GIF whiff or something.
Yeah. So I know we got the server boosts for free a little while ago with our game passes, but they ran out. And then I forgot to cancel mine, so I got charged for a month. And I was like, fuck that, that's like £8 a month. Cancelling that shit. Yeah.
That's why it's worth $10 billion, mate.
Yeah, but we've got some cool emojis. We've got a little 360 Gamercast emoji, which is awesome. Yeah, it took me ages to make these. Ages. So
you can't work for your Patreon money, mate.
I know, mate. I know. I might just let only the Patreons use the emojis. I might be. No, I won't do that. I'm not that mean. Hogarth says, "Is that a stunty emoji? That's up there with electricity and running water." Stunties is wicked. This looks awesome. Okay,
looks very dapper.
Yeah,
What's next?
Shall we move on to the news? Okay. So play. Oh, hang on. Before I move on, Tim said that Major Nelson has dropped the live word from his Twitter, so now he's just Major Nelson Xbox. And I did say.
I thought it was always Major Nelson. Where did the live come in there?
I was in there somewhere, I imagine.
Major.
Along with Boring. Boring's my middle name. Major Boring. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Sony are closing the online stores for the PSP and the PS3.
And the Vita.
Sad,
And the
very sad.
Vita.
And the Vita.
I don't know why the Vita isn't on this news piece that I've got on. Oh, it's on the one
Sold
underneath.
me Vita.
So yeah, I've also got 2 on there. As you can
They're
see.
actually becoming very, very valuable again.
The
Vitas,
Vitas?
like
Interesting.
Vitas, especially if you've got a Gen 1 OLED.
I have.
They're
I
going
have.
for a
got
good
3.
money.
That's what I had. I've got 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. So and there's been another little piece of news about this which I haven't written down in the notes, but apparently there's a thing with the PS3s. There's an internal battery.
PS4s.
Yeah, I saw this.
Oh, the PS4s.
PS4s.
So, sorry, I'm getting my numbers confused. With the PS4s, there's an internal battery, and when that runs out, if you can't
Bricks
connect,
your console.
you can't. And obviously, if Sony take down the PlayStation Network for the PS4s, which they will do in probably about 10 years or so, if the battery runs out and you replace the battery and the PlayStation can't connect to the PlayStation Network, it bricks the console. No games will work or anything. And it's something to do with the trophies, apparently, because it can't sync the times to the trophies.
I'm a little bit dubious of this. It's a bit weird
isn't
because
it?
Sorry,
couldn't they fix this with a software update?
Not probably.
They could.
I imagine so.
Well, my question is it really a problem? Because we've had so many PlayStation 4s sold, and they've only just fucking found this out.
Yeah, it does seem a bit iffy.
It does. It makes no sense.
There does seem to be a witch hunt. I mean, I know Sony are doing a lot of shit things at the moment. I mean, I am Sony.
Just a few.
Yeah, but I mean, the PS3. Yeah, I can understand why they're shutting it down because it's. I mean, the base was PS3 isn't as good for this. There's nothing on the store much. You can still download all the games that you've bought, so that's the only good thing. The only thing I do think is a bit shitty is the Vita, because the Vita's not actually that old, and it's like to shut the store down is a bit crap, to be honest. I think because there is still stuff on there that.
Well, my concern is if they completely shut it down, right? So if I've say for example, if I've purchased games on there, but they're not installed onto my SD card, can I still connect and re-download them?
Yeah, you can still buy. You can still play the games if it's down. If you've bought the game, they must have some kind of system that basically. I mean, I don't know about you, but I went on my PS3 and my Vita this week because I wanted to see what was on there because I'm going to try and sort a load of stuff out before it all shuts down. But the store on there, you go on the store for the Vita, and then you're basically going into a sub store to go to your download page.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to do with the store. So that's probably what's going to happen. You'll just see that come up, and then you'll just see all the games. The problem is it shows. The big issue I have with the Vita is it doesn't just show you Vita stuff; it shows you all your PS3 stuff.
Yeah, it's a mess, isn't it?
It's a mess. Yeah, so you can spend ages looking for stuff. The PS3 has never been brilliant either. All I can think of, and the rumours are going around, is that Sony are up to something, as in they want to shut the stores down because they're going to do something with PS Now or PS Plus. They're doing this PS Collection at the moment. I mean, they've just released another 8 games for free for, I think it's a month or 2, something like that. So there's something going on, but it's just a bit, I don't know. It's just Sony are seem to be doing some odd things at the moment. I'm not really.
How does this affect like DLC and stuff like that for games?
Well, this is the problem.
You're going to end up with a load of games with like incomplete DLC and stuff that you won't be able to access or download.
Well, this is the one thing I've got an issue is if you install, say you install a PS3 disc, right? Normally it goes onto the server and it will pick up any patches. Will it still do that? That's the issue. Well, yeah, it should do, but if they're shutting the store down, will it still do that? I don't know. So we won't know this until it's all kicked off. And if I've got a load of PS3 games I can't play, or they're just going to be like they were before they were patched. I mean,
they're going to have to do something pretty well because, like they're under the cosh as it is anyway with what obviously Microsoft have been doing.
Yeah.
With like everything under one roof, and to be honest, like just whacking everything onto a shitty streaming service isn't really a good solution.
No. I mean, the only thing with the PS Now is that there is stuff you can download, all the PS4 stuff, but all the PS3 stuff is just flipping streaming, and it is a pain in the arse. It would be nice if it is like the Xbox does with the 360 stuff. you can download it and play it. So I don't know, but it's funny times at the moment. With Sony. I think Jim Ryan could be the problem. So
yeah, I haven't. Well, I don't know how long he's actually. Has he been there since the other chap left?
What Jack, whatever his name is.
Dracula.
Trenton.
No.
No,
What are you trying to say?
Jack, what was his name?
Jack Ryan.
Yeah, I think it was Trenton or Trenton.
Trenton or something, isn't it? Something like that, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know, actually. I think he has been there a long time, Jim Ryan.
Cool. Cool.
Who knows?
Right, is that enough PlayStation chat?
Yeah.
Right.
You've had your lot.
You've had your lot, mate. Right. Right. So cancel culture is still kicking in. A game has been banned off the Steam store, everybody. I can't believe it. Super Seducer 3 has been banned.
Oh no!
What's wrong with it?
And what's quite funny about it,
is that in the Leisure Suit Larry series?
It's
I think it was on the 360, wasn't it? On Xbox Live, I believe.
I bet it's Japanese.
No, it's not. It's actually American, and it's got real actors in it. It's all like video, and you make choices and stuff.
Oh, so, it got banned because it's shit. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, right, Super Seducer 1 and 2 is still on Steam, and you can buy it and play it and everything. So it's basically, you can go around seducing women in various scenarios, like at the gym or in the supermarket or whatever.
Just like real life.
Just like real life. So I don't understand. Why
mate, I'm watching the video for this. It looks fucking awful.
It's a proper video.
Yeah, so so this is Super Seducer 2, so I'm just going to read this one out. Ready to take your skills with women to the next level in this amazing
smash
hit,
Super Seducer? That looks terrible.
We put you in everyday scenarios and let you do practically anything to see how it plays out with beautiful women.
So what
I don't understand, right, is why has this been banned, but they've still got Super Seducer 1 and 2 on Steam?
Have you bought it? Because it's getting banned.
No, I haven't, because my missus would probably chop my balls off.
It's probably got no kilos.
I think you've just answered your question there, why it's been, in inverted commas, banned, all right? Okay, so I'm not sure if there's a story here or not, is there?
I don't know.
You guys call them inverted commas. We call them quotation marks. Why?
I don't know.
Don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Back to banning.
So it's like, look. So it's like if you look at this video here, like, because you can still buy this from other places, right? It's like,
why would I want to buy and play a game that's just like my life? Like I like.
So it's like so bizarre. I just don't. I mean, this is not a sort of game that I'd want to play anyway. But it's just, I don't understand why. As I say, 1 and 2 are on Steam, but the third one's been banned off Steam. It makes no sense.
My question is why someone's actually made it.
Because there's horny teenagers that want to learn how to pick up women. Yeah,
it's not even computerized. It's choose your own adventure, pre-canned video.
Yeah. That's it.
Let's get it off the screen.
Look, here comes the predator in the weight room. Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Do you choose the sexual harassment lawsuit route, or do you go for the other restraining order route?
So yeah, I just want to be a funny piece of news to chuck in because obviously we've been quite serious and I'm going to take off the screen. Right.
I don't know why. Just let it come out.
It's out. I mean, you can
he's
buy
got no chance with the ladies. He's using machines. Get on the free weights. Oh.
Right. So last piece of news that's a little bit sad for me. Back 4 Blood has been delayed until October.
It's for the best.
Okay.
So I was looking forward to
Dan,
this
will you
being
play
the
this with
summer
us?
game.
Yes, I will do.
Awesome.
I will do. There was I kind of digressed there. What was that dinosaur shoot 'em up that's coming to Game Pass? It looks very similar to Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, you put it onto the Facebook group, didn't I? Think
I don't know. There wasn't someone else in. I can't remember what it's called. Some extension event 2 or whatever.
Second Extinction, it's called.
That's the one. Yeah. Now that looks like a dinosaur Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Let's just hope it isn't a dinosaur.
Yes.
It's a bit. It looks like it plays very fast, like Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean it looks like fun. I mean, obviously you are murdering Someone's got a lot of effort to recreate dinosaurs, and you basically take them out and shooting them.
And this is coming to Game Pass as well, so this is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Even if it's not very good, it'll just be a fun co-op game to play.
Yeah. So, what was it? Back for Blood? Yeah. I mean, when it's ready, it's ready.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, 100%. I think they got quite a lot of negative feedback from
Really?
my hairs. Yeah, they got quite a lot of negative feedback from the alpha.
Really?
Yeah, so they're doing quite a lot of work on it now. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the alpha. I thought it was awesome. It was a little bit glitchy, but nothing. You expect a few bugs in an alpha, but yeah, they're putting a lot more work into it.
Okay.
So, yeah, cool. That's all the news. Anything else from you guys?
I think we've done enough news today.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is
1 hour left.
Right, so this is the point where where it's Patreons only. So it's what we've been playing.
I'll go first. I've been playing Warzone. Next.
I've actually been playing a little bit of Warzone with you, Colin, and we got some wins, didn't we?
When was this? Was this a few weeks ago?
That was about a week. It was last week, wasn't it? It was before the last poddy.
Okay. Yep. We had fun, and I remember you saying this was fun.
It was. I did, and I even said it on the podcast.
You repented from all the slagging off of COD that you did.
Well, it's because I say it's a lot easier with a controller because the auto aim is so strong. This is what I said, and I stand by that.
All right.
That's it. That's all I'm going to say. Is that the only game you've been playing?
Is that all the COD talk?
Is that literally all you've played, Colin?
Well, I haven't gone back to Persona 5 Strikers since the last time I spoke about it. I bought it. I played an hour, and that was about 3-4 weeks ago.
I thought you were going to take it on vacation.
Yeah, I might do. I have to read Unmasked, Andy Knows book.
I've heard good
Thieves
reviews.
has read. Yep, sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
Reading that book.
So Banjo players recommend it dearly.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, I might take it on the trip. But
I also recommend Colin Free Speech by Andrew Doyle. That's quite a good one.
Okay.
Check that out. This is a 360G book club.
Yeah.
I recommend Danny, the champion of the world.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Rotter. Oh no, because Harry Potter's been cancelled now, isn't it?
Yes, Harry Potter's cancelled.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Because JK is such a transphobe. Don't you know?
All right, here we go. Let's move on. So who's
I'm just on a wind up tonight.
It's you next, Dan.
Yeah. Since it's the Patreon episode, I thought I'd treat everyone with an update on Animal Crossing.
Oh
no! Wait, hold on. I've played some Wreckfest and it's shite.
Come on!
And we need to move on from Wreckfest as a community. Lawn mowing simulator coming out soon. We'll get on that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm really upset right now. That you
it's shite.
Wreckfest
after he spent all his money on DLC, everyone abandons it.
I'm actually going to put on the trailer for Lawnmower Simulator for the people on Twitch to see. But I'm really loving Wreckfest still. I'm really loving Wreckfest. It's still good. And we need to carry on doing it on some gamer nights.
Mm-hmm.
However,
it's all right. It's fine.
The gamer night this week, this week just happened, I just want to say a couple of things. One, I'm very disappointed at the low turnout. Very sad. So I want to see more commitment from everyone next week.
More commitment.
And also, we did some Battlefield 5. I know I'll get onto it later, but Battlefield 5 is awesome. That's all I'm going to say. Sorry, Dan. Carry on.
How far you've fallen.
I know he's changed.
Shame on me. Shame on me.
Fucking flip flop.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Flippy floppies.
Okay, so I wasn't with you on Friday. I'll talk about Animal Crossing shortly because I know that's all you're waiting for.
100%.
Because I was playing another game on Friday, and it's so far my game of the year, and it was Monster Hunter Rise.
Any good?
Excellent. Absolutely fantastic. I'm about 8 hours in, I suppose, and I put a bit. That's quite a lot of time for me. That's the average. That's more time I put into the new Mario game. What can I say about it? It's the most refined version of Monster Hunter I've played. There's tons of new features on it, which really add to the combat. It's really accessible if you know what you're doing, and you can cut to the chase and get stuck in quite easily. But if you scratch beneath the surface, all of the depth for Monster Hunter is in there. All the weapons are easily accessible off the bat. So everything you've known or thought is already there. So if you're an expert, you can go straight in. What I will say is that there's a whole host of new items, and I'll just rattle through a few of the bits and bobs. Like there's new buddy system. Everyone knows about the palicos, which are the cats. Yeah. But this time around, you've got the palamutes, which are the dogs. So you have this great big wolf which you can get on and ride around, and the pair of them team up, and actually you can command them during battles and fights to go and do your dirty work for them. So my dog, who I've called Bullet, I've taught him how to actually jump on top of the monsters now, and he starts tearing chunks out of their backs and shit. It's fucking awesome. There's the wire bug function, which is like what's the best way of describing it? It's like a grappling hook, I suppose, where you can use it to elevate and go up into the sky and different platforms and so forth. And you've definitely got a more of a 3D element than past, I suppose, Nintendo version of Monster Hunter. So you can traverse different levels of the playing fields. There's whole hidden areas as well. So that's pretty cool. You can also use it to grapple and capture monsters mid-battle, which you can jump on top of them and commandeer them and control them and run them into walls and make them beat up other monsters as well, which is pretty awesome. There's, what else is there? Endemic life, I've written down here on my notes, which are little kind of critters that hang around that give you buffs and shit like that. And speaking of buffs, the food aspect's been rejigged with what something's called Bunny Django, or Dango, which is like 3 balls on a skewer, and you can chop and...
they're quite nice. I ate some in Japan. It's kind of like a sweet sort of like thing, but you can get savoury ones that you dip in sauces and that.
Well, the idea is that you've got 3, and you can mix and match them to different buffs before your fights and stuff like that. The whole hubs, so you've got the village hub, which is your single player offline mode, and then you've got your major hub, which is your online portal, which will be the missions. So, excuse me, I've mainly been focusing on the village at the moment and right through that. I did my first rampage earlier today, which is like horde mode, but for Monster Hunter. Kick some ass, a little bit fiddly, so I've got to get used to that a little bit. But so far, so good. It's more, I'm preferring it more than Monster Hunter World, if I'm being honest. Monster Hunter World was a little bit too spread out. It was a little bit convoluted, and it remains so. This is to the point. The combat is phenomenal. I mean, I was kicking the shit out of this thing earlier with a great big hammer.
How would you compare this to Monster Hunter World?
I'm enjoying it more. It's a lot more streamlined. It's if you're.
I don't know. Streamlined isn't a good thing when it comes to Monster Hunter. Sometimes, like
because
it has. I must admit, with each of the Monster Hunters that has come out since like the PSP ones, they kind of get easier with each game.
Yes,
they make them way less punishing. Like I've seen people who have been playing this who have already flown through, and they're already like hammering through like the high rank stuff, and I'm like, you shouldn't really be doing that in a Monster Hunter. It's not how the game works. After a day, you're already like hammering into the end game.
But this is the thing that
people are rushing through, which
they haven't released the end game yet. They're releasing it at the end of April.
It's not going to be another Games as a shitty service, is it? Like
no, well, not really. No, because you're not paying for this. They've released new monsters, and I've got a feeling.
Well, yeah, they did with World, but at the end of the day, they were you download and own all the content because obviously it's there. But then they were cutting you off from accessing it, and it was only when they were allowing you access.
Yes, they're doing that again.
They turned it into a game. Shit, I fucking hated that with World. Right, and it's not just me. There was someone else that got upset about that, saying, "Is this still games as a service?"
I don't mind it too much. I mean, you can always leave it a couple of months.
It's a way of getting people to continue to play your game rather than just play it when they want to play it. You're kind of being penned into playing it during a certain event, which is only available for a week, and then they cut it off again.
I think there's also an element of artistic control as well, whereby they want everyone to face off the same threat at the same time. So we'll see how that pans out. I mean, there's obviously a reason behind it. Yeah, they haven't gone into too much detail. I mean, they've announced that they're upping a level cap at the end of April and introducing a new monster with a whole host of new monsters coming off the back of that. And other further plans. But to me, that's interesting for me.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't see why all games now have to dangle a fucking carrot at the end of the road and say, there's more coming. Just give us a full fucking game from the get-go. Just give us a full game, and we'll just play the game, and whenever we want, you can just jump in and out of it whenever you want. We don't necessarily... I don't get with this whole MMO-light bullshit where you've got to fucking play something every day to access stuff and do this and do that and get your dailies and do all this shit. And like with every game, basically, generally going down that route, it kind of like it eventually starts putting people off because people are already like invested into other things. And then you've got something else over in the other corner going, oh, don't forget to log into me today to get this and get that and get something else. I mean, I know because I've been
about to say
fucking loop for a while.
About to say, I mean, I'm not too bothered about this. The game's great. It plays really well.
What's the graphics like? Because when I played the demo, it was dog shit.
I think they're really good for a Switch. I think they're really good. I think it holds up in terms of character models and animation. It holds up next to, I suppose, Monster Hunter World on a base 2013 Xbox to a degree, Xbox One. They hold up. Admittedly, the backgrounds aren't your standard, but they're suffice, and I think they're decent enough. I'm enjoying it. I mean, I think what I will say is that there is a PC version for this due out beginning of next year.
Yeah.
So if you're waiting for something a little bit more high fidelity or 4K, I'd wait till then.
It'd just be the same, wouldn't it? But with higher res.
What I will also say is that with the rumours of the Switch Pro coming up, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets a massive graphical overhaul when that console gets released. So.
I'm still thinking of definitely picking it up. I'm just kind of pissed off and put off by the whole live service because
it depends how quickly.
It's not what the series was about.
How quickly can you rip through this? That's the question. And I think someone got to their current point of advancement, I guess, in about 40, 50 hours or so. But that's for someone who knows how to play Monster Hunter. And then off the back of that, you've got stuff I hardly scratched the surface with. You've got, obviously, all your arena shit going on. You've got all your other online hunts. You've got all the other stuff to do. So I think this is going to evolve a lot more organically than, say, the Iceborne DLC did with Monster Hunter World, which you had to pay for. The problem I had with Monster Hunter World, it was a little bit too sprawling. There wasn't enough go in this direction, do this. This is quite clear and concise what you have to do to get this and that. It points you.
I think it's because World was literally they kind of made a full game with an ecological system and all the rest of it, and they just sprinkled the monsters into it and stuff for you to hunt while you was going around doing all the other stuff.
I mean, what does it for me, I suppose, it's the combat. It's still classic Monster Hunter, but the addition of the wires and it adds a whole new things. There's wall running in this as well. You can do. So there's all sorts of possibilities, and it's much more fluid now. And on top of that, you've got a dog with you that basically, attacks. It's great. So I'm really enjoying it, and I'll continue playing it.
Cool.
Yeah. This game looks like Ghost of Tsushima. Go ahead.
Yeah. What? I was going to say, I do hope that they sort of like eventually roll back to some of the more traditional Monster Hunter in a way, because the series is moving away from what it used to be.
What, hardcore and punishing?
No, not necessarily hardcore and punishing, just like more, I don't know, just basic and precise, rather than like all the new ones. Generally, as soon as they added a companion that you went out with, like that made the game instantly easier because the monster wasn't just focusing on you non-stop the whole time. You always had something to sort of draw it away or sort of like help you out from other things. Like, whereas obviously back in the other games, when you were on your own, you didn't have like palicos or anything like that to run around and help you out. And it was really brutal and difficult, especially when you was ending up doing some like the G rank stuff on your own and that. It felt like quite boss like. But then you'll like go on to sort of stuff I noticed obviously with World, like you'll watch some of the videos and you'll just see people going and decimating something in seconds, and you're just like, this isn't Monster Hunter. Like you used
I wish
to
I
get,
could decimate something in a second on World, because it fucking
well,
takes me
yeah.
about 20 minutes at least.
1,000 G, that
Well,
shit,
yeah.
mate.
I mean, there was. I don't know if they were still the same in World, because obviously I never really sort of like put up with it long enough to get to the point where like I ended up fighting Lunastra and Teostra and people like that, which were like the higher rank monsters. But you never even used to be able to beat them in one go. Like you would just fend them off. Like you'd fight them for 20, 30 minutes and then they would leave, basically, injured. And then you'd have to go in again to track them and hunt them down to finish them off.
So that's a lot of time dedication, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
I'm having fun. That sounds like punishing.
Yeah.
That sounds like fucking work, mate.
Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of, I suppose, the toss up between sort of like the working for something and then instant gratification. I guess.
I want to feel like a badass. That's what I want to feel like. And this does it. Ticks all the boxes.
Is there an easy mode?
Well, I've only fainted twice.
Oh,
So,
I don't know if there's any difficulty modes or anything, or is it just?
It depends. It's as difficult as you make it, but the thing is, you've got to get through the base game to get there. Right. You can't, you can make it as difficult as you want. Basically, you can ditch all your armor if you want to, run around in your leather pants.
Can you play with friends?
Yes.
Well, hell yeah, I'd expect so.
Well, yeah, but is it shit like in Monster Hunter World where you can't invite your friends in to watch a stupid cutscene?
Oh right, yeah,
I haven't done any of that yet, but there's it looks a lot less convoluted because they very much keep the single player and the multiplayer aspects separate in the hub. So my guess would be it'd be a lot easier to do, but I haven't dabbled at all. So I'll speak about that another time.
Okay.
So we'll see. I thought I'd just do the single player for now.
Yep.
Get me dude looking good.
Grindy dude, Dan.
Grind me dude. Dude.
At least they've brought back some of the classic monsters from the old one. Like Kezu's back, but then because the game's slightly easier, it's not going to be the hellish Kezu that hits you once and you're fucking gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a whole host of different monsters I've recognised, and ones I haven't seen from a while, when it actually in World. So it's the greatest hits, basically. It's good.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Glad you enjoyed.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So Animal Crossing is 1 year old.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Man, they kind of this morning I logged on and Zipper the bunny, who from Bunny Day last year, appeared. That's waiting number doors, prancing up and down, waiting for me, and it scared the shit out of me. Bunny Day's back. What else has been going on?
Oh, the eggs.
The eggs, yeah, the fucking eggs. Although they've seemed to have toned down this year a little bit. Last time there was eggs coming out my ears. I mean, I was trying to get iron nuggets to build the camp and get through the game, but all I got was some fucking eggs. It's driving me nuts. It's a lot more toned down there. Although Zipper is there. If you've played it and come across Zipper, he's like a psychopath in a bunny suit. It's not very good. But the other thing that's happened this time is that there's been a whole new pack of amiibo cards released in the States this past couple of days or so. About $6 a pack from Target. Of course, if you read the stories, they sold out next to no time. You had to kind of like place an order and go and collect them or something bullshit like that. And since then, I've seen them online over here for £60 a packet.
What?
Which you basically get 6 amiibo cards, and each of them corresponds to a new villager, which also unlocks a load of furniture.
It's cheaper to buy actual amiibos than those stupid cards, then.
Well, what I did, I went onto eBay and I bought myself some bootleg homemade cards, and I've got all the characters for about 10 quid. So,
brilliant.
The way I look at it, it's not technically DLC because it's already on the disc. You're buying a card with a number tied to it, which basically activates the unlock function. And hey presto! So I've had those for a couple of days. In fact, I've had those before the actual cards were produced or released. So I've been doing that really, just fucking about with it and getting some new cool furniture. But it's a bit frustrating in the sense that this is the first bit. Well, you could argue this is paid DLC, but you can't really give Nintendo the money for it. You have to go third party in order to get it, whether that be via an eBay auction for the officials at vastly inflated prices, or by someone who's basically got a home business making amiibo cards. So
okay,
it's and that's it really. So I've just been dicking around with that all week again, making bloody egg arches and coffee tables and inviting elephants with tea on top of their fucking head. But yeah, it's all good. Enough on that, because I know everyone's really, really interested in it. And then what else have I been playing? I put on Bubble Bobble for Friends.
Bubble Bobble for Friends.
Yeah, I spoke about it ages ago. It's a Bubble Bobble sequel.
Game, isn't it?
Yeah. I haven't really played much time. I put some more time because there was an update for it, actually, a title update. So it's got a whole new level section on there, which has been downloaded and updated, which, to be honest with you, I need to get through the hard mode in order to unlock by the looks of it. I'm halfway through the hard mode, so I'm getting there. And then there's some other bits and bobs, like some online scoreballs. But I've been playing the game again. I'll give it a second to play. It's not. I think I was a bit harsh in it first time around. I was a bit harsh in the sense that it will come to life if you have 3 other friends to play with you on it, because it is a 4-player Bubble Bobble game. You all right?
Yeah,
he's all right.
He's playing games, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. So it plays nice. It's still not a patch on the original, but if you do get this game, you do get the original on the cartridge, so you can play it to your heart's content. If you're not familiar, it's my personal opinion, but the original Bubble Bobble was one of the greatest video games ever made.
Peeves would agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Never understood it.
Definitely one of the best back in the day.
Yeah, so I've got a lot of love for this. It's not as good, but I mean, I played it. Oh, you right?
No.
Are you all right there, Darren? Are you?
Are you all right? No.
I've had 5.
Go on.
Oh no, the mic cut out right when it needed to, I think.
Yeah.
I've had 5.
I've had 5 shits.
Yeah. Now, the mind wanders.
I know. I'm about to say.
All the endless possibilities of what horrible things. Okay,
oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
What happened?
Oh, I'm there.
Hello, Darren.
Yeah, sorry. Just as I was saying, I said I've had 5 shits today.
I knew it.
And I just literally fucking let rip, and it fucking hurt. That's why I said I'm going to prolapse, mate. I'm going to collapse myself.
Brilliant.
Getting the creams out, Steve.
I've had 5.
Think of the piles, mate. You've got piles.
I probably will have soon.
I mean, you're obviously plenty of fiber in your diet, which is great.
Don't start Colin off.
Well, yeah, I think I can't really say much more about Bubble Bobble, but yeah, brilliant.
Anything else?
Yeah, one more game. Knowledge Trainer on the Switch. It's $2.99. It's called Knowledge Trainer. It's basically a very basic, 6,000 questions, quite hard multiple choice questions. It's like a quiz game, like a party game. I bought it mainly because I saw it got good reviews. It was on special, $2.99. I used some bonus points, and I was up about, as the clocks went forward last night. So like 12:30 became 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock became 2 o'clock quite quickly. I was just rattling through playing this game where just trying to test my knowledge, and it's quite good. It's got all different categories. It's like a really hardcore Trivial Pursuit basically, but with multiple choice. Yeah, you've got it on the screen there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't mess around, mate.
and it's really good questions. So the idea being is that you play it enough, and you hopefully increase your general knowledge. And I'm actually surprised myself. I actually knew quite a few answers to sports questions, but not so much music, which annoyed me slightly. But hey ho, I played some more. But for $2.99, it entertained me for at least an hour last night, and I'll probably play it some more.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's it really. I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Who was after Dan? As I forget.
Me.
All right, Stunty. You've been very quiet today.
Yeah, I don't know. Just playing video games.
Well, fair enough.
What have I been playing? I haven't been playing that much. I've been playing. It Takes Two to make a thing go right. No,
you've stolen one of my games played.
Yeah,
you have the voice of an angel, Paul.
Oh, thank you. It Takes Two, which came out Friday.
What's this about?
It's made by the people that made. Is it No Way Out?
A Way Out, and they also did, and they also made Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Souls. Is it Sons or Souls?
Sons. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Yeah.
Played that a little bit.
Yeah, what it is, it's a co-op game. You can't play it on your own. You have to have someone to play it with. So you either do couch co-op, or you can get someone to come into your game that's online, and they don't have to have the game, as long as one of you has the game. The only thing is, though, is I think you said, Webby, that the other person that comes into your game, if they don't own the game, won't get any achievements or trophies.
Yes.
Fucking right.
Yeah, and that's right, because I haven't bought the game because they're tight asses.
Yeah. So, the actual game itself is it's a story about a couple that have a little girl, and basically they're going to get divorced. And what's happened is the little kid sort of really stressed out because divorce is horrible. And what she does is she has these little figures that she's made, of her parents, and something happens and she makes these little characters come alive, and it's the actual main people come alive into a video game, and it becomes like a bit like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids,
Yeah,
that style. And basically you have to work together as a team. So you have a series of different levels you go through. You're trying to get to your daughter, who's this big huge being, but you've got this sort of guidance bloke, which is this book.
It's the Book of Love.
Yeah, and he's really fucking annoying. To be
He's
honest.
so funny. I think he's actually a famous actor who's voiced him as well.
Okay. Why is he Mexican though?
Because it's the actor.
Is it Cheech Marin? That'd be awesome.
I need to find out. I'm gonna go. I'll duck go it because I don't do Google.
Duck go.
Yeah.
But it's quite good fun because me and my daughter had played it today, and we sat down together and we were doing some of the missions. And it's quite funny because you have certain missions in the game where you're trying to get to a certain part of the map or stuff like that, and one of the missions we were on, one of us had a hammer and I had a nail. So the mission is that right? So if you run across there, what I'll do is I'll put a nail across into this certain place, and you can jump across. And then what I do is I put another nail across, and then you can jump across the next section. But as it's me, I put the nail across, and as she jumps, I remove the nail. So she just dies. So me and my daughter would just winding each other up. Every time she had the hammer, she just smashes me over the head with it. And not actually doing the missions, but this is the thing. So you have to do the missions to move the game on. Go on. What are you going to say?
I was about to say, what happens when someone dies? Does the daughter just scream?
No. The daughter doesn't scream because the daughter doesn't know you're this little character. The daughter, she's just wants her family back together again, and she just wishes for it. But in the process of wishing for it, it's like this whole, like the Jumanji sort of thing. Something happens to the characters and they become small. But she doesn't know that at the moment. Well, at the moment, she might do at the end of the game. I don't know. I haven't got to that bit. So, do you want input on this, Webby?
Yeah. So I was I'm trying to find the actor, but I can't actually find them.
I'll have a butchers, mate.
Yeah, I just want to. Well, I found the actors, but I can't find the one for the actual bloody book, which is really annoying. But yeah, the missus and I started playing this last night, and we played it for 3 hours solid, and we're absolutely loving it. And what we're loving about it is, one, it touches on a very poignant subject at the beginning, with obviously the daughter's dealing with the parents getting divorced, and obviously she doesn't want them to get divorced. And it is a sad fact of life that many children go through their parents being divorced, and it's not a nice thing to happen, right? But it just sets up the game really, because it's more of a comedy, to be quite honest, because the Book of Love is like, oh, you guys, you need to work together to work on your love. You know what I mean? And it's the conversations between the two characters, because obviously they hate each other. They're getting divorced, but they have to work together, and it's how they're building their relationship back up again, which is quite interesting to watch. But the game itself is so fun. It is one of the best co-op games I've played in a very, very long time. And what it does well, I mean, we're on to the 3rd chapter now, so each chapter has many little levels within the chapter, and they're quite long, but each chapter completely changes up the gameplay mechanics. And what I mean by that is the different tools that you use, because in one of the chapters you use, like, one of you's got a nail and one of you's got the hammer, but at the end of the chapter they're gone. So in the next chapter you've got completely different tools to use,
and a different environment as well.
It's completely different environment. So in the next chapter, one of us had a little gun that shoots nectar, and the other person has a gun that shoots matches, and it blows up. So you have to work together. So one of you obviously has to shoot the nectar at say an enemy, and then the other person, and then you're like, oh yeah, I've shot this one, shoot it so it blows up, and so you have to work together and communicate a lot. But the level design's very, very good, because we got stuck quite a few times just trying to how to figure out how to progress through certain sections of some of the levels. And it's really well done, because you can tell a lot of thought has gone into this game, where you really do have to work together, like using what the items you've got to progress. And sometimes it does the old video game trope of the level splits off, and one of you's in one section and one of you's in the other, and one of you has to press buttons to open up the way for the next person, and so forth as well, which is quite cool. But I'm loving the design, because you're the little dolls. It is like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So you're like very small in a normal world, but it gets very magical at the same time, because like all the objects have little funny faces on, and you deal with and it has animals as well. So you meet squirrels as an example in the game, and they're like an army of squirrels, and they're like, "Hello, Sergeant," and all this sort of stuff. They've got really comical voices to go along with, a bit like Dad's Army, right? And it all just comes together so well, in my opinion. Like the voice acting, the comedy, the characters, the gameplay, the level design. It's just an absolutely brilliant game. And I mean, I think it would be fun to play online co-op, but because obviously I'm playing it couch co-op with my missus, there's that extra dimension of, we're sitting next to each other and chatting as we're doing it, and I'm taking the piss out of her if she can't do something, or she's taking the piss out of me if I fuck up or whatever. And it's just a lot of fun. It really, really is. It's the most fun I've had in a co-op game in a long, long time. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'd highly recommend this to everyone. Especially,
what platforms is it on? Is it on Game Pass or no?
No, you have to buy this. It's £18 on CD keys if you want to download it. But if you want to buy a physical copy, I think it's like 30 quid. And if you want to buy it off the Xbox store, it's around the same price as well. So my recommendation is go to CD Keys because you get quite a heavy discount. But yeah, it's available.
So you can buy the Xbox download code on CD Keys? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
And it's
on
a
great
Xbox,
game.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Is it PC as well?
Yeah, it's on PC as well.
Graphics look pretty good.
Yeah, it's very, very
it's not
good.
on the Switch, though, is it?
No, it's not. It's not on the Switch, no. But yeah, graphically, it's very nice. I really like the art style. It's just an absolute fantastic game. My missus has popped her head in.
And
so I'm talking about It Takes
different.
Two.
Yeah,
something different.
Game. It's not your usual.
Yeah, and this is what I like about this this dev team, because they're a small studio who were bought out by EA, but EA are just letting them just do their own thing, and they've made 3 games now, and all 3 of their games have been absolutely fantastic. So it's a testament to the team, because each game that they've made has been completely different, but has retained that really good co-op aspect to it.
And A Way Out, which I played that with Peeves. That was a really good game as well. Actually, we had a bit of fun with that. Actually,
yeah. I completed A Way Out twice, and I've loved it each time I played it. So I'm probably going to go back and play it a third time after this with the missus, because we're having a lot of fun on this. So yeah, it'd be good to go back and play A Way Out again. There is a reference to A Way Out in this as well. If you find it, it's in a secret area. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll still. Me and my daughter were playing it. We got stuck on a little bit actually, and it got frustrating. Because there is some little frustrating bits, especially if both of you don't seem to work together. And I think my daughter didn't really want to. She'd had her time limit with me.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, some sections do get frustrating, and me and the missus were getting frustrated at certain points within it. But once you get past the frustrating bit, it's like, oh yeah, we did it. It's that really good feeling of you've solved something together. Yeah. It's a great game.
And there's normally a boss at the end as well on each level.
Yes. How many bosses have you done, Stunty?
We've only done. We're on the second one. We failed on the second one. That's where my daughter said, "Right, I'm not playing."
That's the toolbox one, isn't it?
The toolbox one.
Oh my god! Right, so this boss is rock solid, right? And I actually think the female player, because obviously I'm playing the dude and the missus is playing the lady, I think the lady character actually has the hardest parts to do in the game, to be honest. So on that boss in particular, like
just like life.
So on that boss in particular, so she's listening to me. So as the dude, you just have to fire the nails into his arms, but then the lady character has to use the hammer very quickly, swing between the 2 nails to get to the other side, and you have to do it very, very quick, and it's very, very difficult. My missus managed to do it in the end, but there was a lot of not doing it, and it's like, oh god, I've got to go through this whole section again, and blah blah blah. But it's once we got past that boss, it was like, oh fucking hell, that was brilliant that we managed to get it done in the end.
Yeah, my daughter, she was complaining about the hammer, the way you swing on the hammer. It seems a little bit. That was the only thing that she had a bit of a moan about, was just that the hammer swinging was a little bit jerky.
Yeah, well, you couldn't
go forward, and then it doesn't always go forward. It reverses, puts you backwards, and it doesn't do what it should be doing.
Because you can't control the swinging on the hammer. It does it itself. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. I think my daughter was hoping to control the swinging of it.
Yeah, that is a little bit frustrating.
Yeah,
agree with you there.
But it's good. It's good fun. I don't know when I'll next play it, because I've got to try and get my daughter away from all the other stuff that she plays these days.
Oh, fair enough.
What else have I played?
Oh yeah, one thing we just have to say on it as well is as I know people are going to be asking, you cannot play this single player. You have to play this in co-op. There's no single player option.
Yeah, that's right. So don't bother buying this and you're on your own, because I don't know if you can actually go online and play with a random. I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
Because otherwise the game's useless, isn't it? If you get it on your own.
Yeah.
So
perhaps the devs are expecting you to have at least one friend.
Who knows? funny old week for me at the moment. I'm going through a bit of a lull with gaming, and I don't really know what to play.
Yeah.
As in, I want a big, decent story to play, but I don't seem to be getting into anything. And I've tried to go back to stuff, but stuff just not grabbing me at the moment. I did try Life is Strange season 2. It's all right. It's just a bit slow, to be honest. I don't know if anyone ever played the season 2 of Life is Strange. It's all right. I don't know. It's not really grabbing me. I've done the first episode. It was all right. It just drags, and it's just come on, go a bit faster, sort of thing. I'm trying to think what else I've played really. I'm doing a Wreckfest. I'm trying to get my cars up.
Hey.
I want to try and beat Webby, but without actually paying for the game.
Good luck, mate.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I've done. I'm on the 3rd section now. Yeah, you got the 3rd 3. Yeah, there's 6 in there overall. I think. What are they? Campaign sections. I've opened the 3rd one up, and that's nearly finished. So I'm getting there. What else have I played? I'm just trying to think here. I'm not really. I did actually. There were some free games, wasn't there, with the PlayStation?
Oh, they come out, don't they?
Yeah, the play at
all
home
out.
thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Let me
right.
download those.
So I downloaded Res, but I mean I've already got Res anyway, so I've already played it. Thumper I downloaded, haven't played it yet. I did play Subnautica, and I played it for 10 minutes, then deleted it. It's shit. So it was just so fucking boring. So I mean, there's probably people out there who love it, and it has got quite a following, but I don't know, it just didn't grab me at all. But I have just played a game this afternoon that did grab me. It was Abzu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've never played it, and I had a quick go of it, and it reminds me a little bit of Journey, or Flower.
I think is it the same people?
Oh, I don't know actually. I've no idea. But there's no combat. It's just basically you're this like scuba diver, and you're just flying under the water.
Swimming, mate. You don't fly.
Yeah.
You swim under sea,
Well,
right?
yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Swimming. Yeah. Sorry. Swimming.
Or
Swimming
float.
under the. Yeah, or float. Yeah. Well, you do float when you go up. You can go up to the top. And there's just a series of puzzles that you do in the game. Game looks beautiful, I must admit. There's nothing really special about the game, as in like combat. There's none of that. But it's just if you fancy something that's a bit like like the Journey sort of style games. And I ended up playing it a bit longer. Yeah, a relaxing game where you haven't got to really think. You just fly about. It's all right. It's actually grabbed me more than I thought, actually, because I thought I'd put this on. I thought, I don't know about this. I don't know if this is what I want to play. And I ended up playing it I'm still playing it now. So it must be doing something.
Yeah,
so,
definitely, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I did remember one last thing I did play. I started because I was on the Xbox, and I've been moaning with you guys about I can't find anything to play on Game Pass. I know there's loads of stuff on there, but a lot of it I've played, and there's a lot of indie stuff on there, and I don't really want to play the indie stuff because we've already got quite a lot of indie stuff on the go as it is. And I thought, I'll tell you what I'm going to start. Crackdown 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I like it. You lot all slacked it off, and I thought it's all right. I quite like it. It's what I wanted.
It was all right for what it was, I guess.
Yeah. It's a third-person shooter, and that's what I want. And that's the one thing I noticed on the Xbox. There isn't many third-person games on the Xbox. There's a lot of first-person, but not many third-person stuff. And that's what I like. It's always been my go-to game, third-person. That's why I love Gears and Uncharted. Another franchise that's good. And that's the thing. Crackdown 3 did it for me. It was like, that's what I want. I want the third person jumping around. I don't know what the story's doing because I keep pushing skip. And just playing the game, really. So
the story's bollocks, mate. I played it for a bit.
So. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's it. That's me done. So.
Cool. Who's next, Darren?
Yeah, I've been playing the same shit. Next.
All right.
It just
Are you sure?
Pointless to bore everyone with what I've. Yeah, I mean.
Well, if you want to chime in with me, because I've played quite a few games.
Dipping in and out of Cyberpunk and the usual nonsense, really. Like just doing the dailies, yeah.
Doing your dailies, mate.
We need some new games to come out. Like,
Bloody mate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things I'm sort of interested in, I guess.
Monster Hunter Rise, do it.
That's one, but obviously the only downside is I'll have to turn my Switch on.
Yeah,
the hardship.
I was thinking that. Do you know what? I got screwed yesterday. Nintendo took their bloody £30 online fee. I forgot all about it, didn't I?
Your family pass?
Yeah, I forgot, didn't I? They flipping screw me for it, didn't they? I thought, oh no! I thought I'd been hacked. I thought, shit, who's hacked into my Nintendo?
Yeah,
then I realised
Nintendo have.
Yeah.
Mario has.
Yeah,
It's
Mario.
Mario.
For another £30.
So isn't that still getting delisted at the end of the month? Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, it's happening in a couple of days, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Being cancelled, mate.
Oh, not good. Not good luck.
We'll have to get some Mario Kart sessions going because I need my £30 worth.
Yeah.
Give me a shout, Paul. I'm happy to beat you anytime at Mario Kart.
Oh, here we go. Oh, well, I'll beat you.
Load it up now while we're podcast. Load it up now, and I'll play you.
Can't. It's in the other room.
Well, go get it, and then we'll sit down. I'll beat you at Mario Kart as we're podcasting.
No, because I'm playing scuba diving.
Oh dear. Right, shall I talk about what I've been playing then?
If you must.
Send you all to sleep. So we did our game of night. It was semi-successful. Luckily, we jumped onto Battlefield 5, and luckily for us, Shady Fox and his mates were online, and they joined us in some Battlefield. So we actually had 8 people, so we had 2 squads on the go in the end, which was really good. Clarky joined us. Clarky did quite well. Stunty got loads of kills on some Battlefield 5. I was quite impressed with Stunty's skills, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing I've learned is don't spawn off a Webby, because every time you spawn off a Webby, it's like grenade. As soon as you spawn, it's like, oh my god!
Not in the middle of nowhere on his own.
Yeah, and then the other thing as well with Webby is we're all over in a certain part. Where's Webby? Oh, he's all the way over there. Can you come and pick me up, please? It's that thing as usual.
What's the thing, right? That I'm the squad leader, and no one's following my orders. They have no respect for my authority. Yeah.
And then
lol.
Can I say the one thing?
I can tell you've had a lot of experience in leadership.
And then the other thing as well is that Mr. Peebs said one of the special words, and I thought, so Colin ain't going to be happy with this. He said, well, I'm really enjoying Battlefield 5. I might have to play some more of this. You know, it's as good as COD.
Yeah, don't you dare steal Peebs away to Battlefield 5.
Yeah, so
Warzone anthems and ales.
Yeah, so the multiplayer is really good on this. The multiplayer is really, really good. We did try initially the Battle Royale mode, and it sucks donkey balls. It is god awful. And it goes to show because it only found 24 players.
Yeah, I know. No, that died a death, didn't it?
So we did one round, died quickly, realised it was shit, and then we went into the normal conquest mode. And that's the classic Battlefield mode. And what I'm really liking about it is obviously it's old school Battlefield, but it is set in World War II, which does put a lot of people in the community off. But it's that same old fun. You got a big map, you got vehicles and stuff, and your squad leader can set the objectives, and the squad should go to those objectives to capture them if they listen to their squad leader. But it has some cool stuff. So if the team works well together, the squad leader gets points and can call in, like artillery strikes or super cool tanks and smoke strikes and extra ammo and bits and bobs like that, which is quite cool. So we played 3 matches of this because the matches do last quite long, and 2 out of the 3 matches we got best squad. So,
twice.
we actually did all right.
Out of how many squads?
How many players are on each side? Is it 64 players a side? I think so.
Yeah,
4 people on each squad.
Quite a
So-
lot.
Nice one.
Yeah, it's
so-
quite a
so-
lot. Yeah, we were doing really well, especially 2 games on a row.
Yeah, and also what I'm liking about it is it's very smooth. You know, it looks really really nice, but it's very very smooth, and that's what I like about it. There's no slowdown or anything like that. It's just how a first person shooter should be, just smooth, and again it looks absolutely stunning as well, which obviously helps. Yeah, so I want to do some more sessions on this because I'm really really enjoying playing this, and it's actually got me excited for Battlefield 6, which is reportedly going to be coming out in October-November time, and it's going to be modern times. So I'll probably pick that up at launch.
If it isn't cancelled.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, ban it.
Yeah, so really really enjoyed that. But because we didn't have anyone else from the community join us, we didn't actually get onto Wreckfest this week. Where like I'd advertised, we just stayed on Battlefield until it was time for beddy buys, which for me was quite early because I'd work the next day. So
You forgot to mention what we played.
No, it's coming.
Oh, okay.
I did it in the wrong order, but it's fine. But before we did some Battlefield, we did golf with friends.
Friends?
Golf with friends.
Golf is frustrating. That's what it should be
Mate,
called.
it is so hard, this game. So it's myself, Stunty, Peebs, and Clarky.
Why is that way? Like, you'd think that with a name Golf with Friends, it wouldn't be very simmy and challenging. It'd be arcadey and cartoony. Is it?
Well,
not?
it's arcadey and cartoony, but the levels.
What makes it hard?
The level designs are just fucking rock solid. They really
It's crazy
are.
golf. It's crazy golf. Oh, it's
You'd
not
think it'd
golf.
be like an everybody's golf kind of
balls
rip
to
off,
it.
wouldn't you? With a name like that, Golf with Friends.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's a crazy golf sort of game. So you've got things you've got to get down little holes, and But the problem you've got is this one. You only get 25 seconds to see where the hole is.
Yeah.
So it's like if you can't figure out where it is, because sometimes you just can't figure out where the hole is at times. And then there's
That's what she said.
any holes a goal. And then the other thing as well is that you've got to sort of go down different paths, and it's like trying to figure out which path to go down. I mean, there was one level we had where you had to get it in a cannon.
Yeah.
But the cannon to the right, well, it was falling short, so you had to do the cannon to the left. So
cannon to the left of them, cannon to the right of them.
So
volleyed and thundered.
It was quite.
Well,
funny
you don't have time for Byron or Tennyson, whoever. Forget it. You've got the Union Jack flying behind you. You don't even know your own poet laureates.
I'm just trying to talk about the game, mate.
No, it's Rudyard Kipling. I'm sorry.
Yes, fire, dear.
So all I was saying about Golf with Friends is we played one game and we were kind of like, yeah, it's okay, but we should probably come off. But then Clarky came on and we were like, oh, we'll do another one with Clarky. And by the end of that second game, all of us were just like, let's just get on Battlefield because we're all fucking annoyed.
The only reason we did certain levels because Peebs wants the Chivos.
Yeah,
it's like because he wanted the pirate level, which he hadn't done. It's I've got to do that for the Chivo. It's like the things we do for Mr. Peebs, it's unbelievable.
I know. Yeah, but yeah, so we played that and it was okay. I just wish the levels were a bit easier.
We're not doing that again next Friday.
No, we are not. Probably some Battlefield 5.
I won't be around next Friday because it is Friday and I'll be with my COVID bubble getting shit-faced. So, bye.
Fair enough,
well
mate.
done.
Fair enough.
Where at? Brewdog Brighton?
Combination of Brighton Beach and probably some living room somewhere.
Brighton Beach?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're going to sit on the beach now, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, was it lifted restrictions day or something?
Yeah, from tomorrow. From tomorrow, you get the power of 6 from tomorrow. Go and sit in the park and get absolutely gratted. Picnics all round, mate.
Brilliant.
Craft Dales?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm drinking more lager these days. It's not easy. It's not easier on my constitution. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. As I said, I've had a couple of beers tonight, the first time in about 2 weeks. So yeah, man, let's do it.
Okay, next game.
Excellent.
Then.
Have you untapped them? You're not on Untapped.
No, I don't do that because I'm not a raging alcoholic. Well, I am, but as I said, I've been on the wagon for a little bit.
Okay.
Peebs, on the other hand, I mean, whenever you and Peebs have a beer off, it's always good to see how much Peebs has drunk. It's always spectacular. Yeah.
Anyway,
I digress.
Okay, so myself and Peebs have been doing a little bit of gaming together as friends.
Sharing Chivos?
Trying to rinse through The Division 2.
Oh, Father, you actually came round to actually play with him, even though... Right, okay.
Yeah, so I've got a few thank yous to give, actually.
Yeah, thank you, Peebs.
No, not Peebs. So Captain Venom, Lafafummy, and Pudster for joining myself and Peebs this week on The Division 2 at separate times. So basically, I mean, I've already completed this game on the PC, rinsed it for over 100 hours. But I love the game, so obviously I bought it again on the Xbox. And I'm just trying to power through the campaign so we can get to the end game stuff. But obviously Peebs hasn't done it. But what is really cool is obviously the other guys who've been joining myself and Peebs are just maxed out level and have played shitloads of it. So when they join mine or Peebs' game, we're just mowing down the enemy. So we're just blasting through the campaign, which is very nice, especially for me who can't be asked to watch any cutscenes or anything because I've already done it. But yeah, we're really having a lot of fun on this, actually, and I'm quite, obviously it's had the Xbox Series X update, so it looks beautiful on the Series X, obviously with the built-in SSD, the load times are super fast, and yeah, it's just nice to be back into the game because it's one of those games where you don't really need to concentrate too much. You're just having a laugh in party chat, chatting to your mates, and just going from one mission to another and blasting enemies, upgrading your weapons, getting new loot, etc., etc. I wholeheartedly recommend this game. It is absolutely fantastic.
How many years old is this game at this point?
It's a couple of years old. It's 2 years old. I got it on sale, the Ultimate Edition with everything, for £17. I don't think it's on sale anymore though.
If not, it will be again soon.
Yeah, so that comes with the season pass and the expansion and all that. So yeah, it's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. So I just want to say thank you to those guys for helping us out on that. So yeah, we're having a lot of fun. It's nice to be gaming with Peebs again. I've been stealing Peebs off Colin a little bit. Sorry, mate. Okay, other game I've been playing. So I'm just highlighting the games I've been playing. I've been playing quite a lot of Sea of Thieves this week with various members of the community. I've been doing a lot of online gaming recently. It's been very nice to be to be active with different members of the community. It feels very, very nice. So big shout out first of all to Darkest Frost, who always seems to be online playing Sea of Thieves. He's a little bit of a Sea of Thieves addict, so whenever I see him online, I just join him. And I also want to give a shout out to Iceman and to Rooski Doo, because we had a session, all four of us, on Sea of Thieves this week. I've been playing it. I've probably played it 2 or 3 days this week with Darkest Frost and the other guys. But yeah, I'm loving Sea of Thieves because when you're playing with people that are a little bit more experienced than you at the game, it just makes life a little bit easier because they know the layouts of most of the islands, where certain items can be, and also give you tips on how to unlock in-game cosmetics, etc. But every game's an adventure, and this is what I really love about Sea of Thieves. It's not, you can take different missions off the people in the main area, and you go and do them. So it's kind of like make your own adventure, and what I like about it is there's no hand holding. So it's like, right, you go to this. It tells you, like, on some of them, it'll tell you the name of the island. It's like, right, you need to look on the map, and you find the island on the map, and it's like, right, it's in northeast. So you get on your ship, and you got a little compass, and it's like, right, go in the northeasterly direction, and make your way there. There's no HUDs, no mini maps in the corner or anything like that. No waypoints. It's just like, right, you go in the direction and find that fucking island, and it just makes it an adventure. And just sailing the ship, you know, everyone's got a task to do. You know, one person can be steering, one of you's like pulling the sails down and then moving them in a direction to catch the wind, and it's the randomness, because each server, you know, has other human players in it, and it just makes it like that tension, you know, or will we see another human ship, you know? And there's 3 stages of ships, you know. You've got the small, the medium, and the large boat, and it depends on how many players, you like your 2, your 3, or your 4 player ships. So you know, if you're in the tiny 2-player ship and then you come across the big 4-player ship, it's like, oh fucking hell, we've got to fight these guys, let's run away, you know. And you know, we've been in some epic battles this week. We've won a lot and we've lost a few. You know, and it's just been absolutely hilarious, just fighting other people's ships with the cannons. I mean, I've had experiences where I've just jumped in the water and managed to get onto the other person's ship, and I've got fire bombs. I just set their ship on fire and run off laughing, you know, and it's just absolutely hilarious, you know. And again, it's the randomness. You could be sailing the seas and you could be attacked by a kraken or a megalodon, which is a giant fucking scary fish thing, or skeleton ships can just burst out the ocean and attack you, you know, or again, just that randomness of the human player element as well. And it's just you know, you go into the island, like, because I like doing the ones where you just finding the treasure that's buried, and it's like you go to the island, you bring up your map, and there's the X on the map. It's like, right, you need to figure out where on the map that treasure is. You know, and it's just an adventure, and it's just there's no other game like it. It's amazing to play in co-op because there's that conversation flowing and that banter.
Yep. You were talking about who's got the wheel, who's got the main mast, hoist the mainsail, swab the poop deck, all of that stuff, man.
Yeah, and it's when you're in a battle, it's like, are you you know, are you
bring us to starboard?
Who's bailing out the water? Who's fixing the you know, the bottom of the ship with the wood? And you know, there's a little bit of tactics. It's just it's brilliant, and another thing I like about it is the art style. It's not too serious. It's got that kind of cartoony Fortnite art style to the characters, but at the same time, the game is absolutely beautiful. Like the lighting, especially, you know, you're sailing the high seas, and the light of the sun or the moon just bouncing off the water, and the waves moving along, and the sounds. You know, if you've got a decent pair of headphones on, it's just, you feel like you're there, man. It's just everything comes together, and it's just an amazing game. This game has come a long way since it launched. You know, it's been out a couple of years, and when it came out, you know, I thought it was dog shit, but the devs have put a lot of
stick, yeah.
the devs have put a lot of effort into updating this game, and it's just super polished. It really, really is. They're doing constant updates. You know, they put events on. Unfortunately, they've got a season pass, which I've not bought and I will not be buying. But there's just so much content there, and it's just a lot of fun. I mean, I've only done one of the main campaign missions, really, because I'm just having fun, just joining the experienced guys and just going along and having a bit of fun.
So they
really
have actually added sort of campaign stuff to it, because originally it was just like a bunch of activities you could take part in, wasn't it?
Yeah. There's actually like a whole load of campaign missions that you can do. Yeah. So Tall Tales they're called. Thank you, Frosties, listening in. Yeah, they're called Tall Tales. Yeah, and they can take quite a long time. So we're going to try and find some time to do them, because Rooski's not done them. So I'm hoping that Icy and Frosty can do those with myself.
Rooski, Icy, and Frosty.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I call them, because it's just easier. Yeah. So yeah, it's a fantastic game, and I'm really getting it. I didn't think I'd get into this, but it's just that community aspect with it. It's just I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. We've got our own little Sea of Thieves channel on the Discord now, and it's quite active, and we're all talking about it, and trying to organise times on it and stuff. So yeah, great game. I won't waste time on it anymore. Okay, just very quickly then, I'm carrying on playing Yakuza 7 on the Xbox. Not going to mention anymore. I'm just absolutely loving it. I did start a new game this week though on my PC. Rage 2. Now that I wasn't going to play, like, I never bought this when it came out, because all of the reviews were dog poo, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to buy this.
It is. It's awful.
So I downloaded this on I downloaded this on Game Pass on the PC. I'm loving it. It's really good. So I've played about 4 or 5 hours of this now, and what I'm liking about it is it's like Doom, but not in a really horrible, murky,
but not good.
But not in a dark, murky, alien place with horrible monsters. It's open world, beautiful graphics. It kind of reminds me of Borderlands in a strange way with that kind of art style.
I still preferred the look of the original game.
Like, yeah, I love the original Rage. I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
Sorry.
But with this game, it's one of those I can just shut my brain off, and I've been just listening to the radio or podcast while just going around the world map and doing my missions and stuff. Not really paying attention to any of the story or anything. But I mean, the big takeaway from me on this game is the gameplay is just very smooth, very fast and fluid. The guns just feel really, really nice, and it's just, yeah, it's just that kind of fast action shooting that's kind of like Call of Duty in a weird way. But yeah, I'm just really, really liking that I've got the opportunity to give this game a go, because I disagree with those super harsh reviews that gave it like 4 or 5 out of 10. I think it's actually quite a polished game, 7, to be honest. There's no glitches or anything. 7, I think. Yeah, it's just I like it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a cool game. Cool. Last 2 games I've been playing. Dishonored 2. I started that. Got up to chapter 3. And decided it was a bag of shit. And deleted it off my hard drive. I know it's quite old now. It came out in like 2016, right? And I don't know. It's just... It feels very dated. Like the level design, the graphics, I don't know. I just couldn't get into the... I mean, I loved the first game back in the day, but this just doesn't... I don't know, just something about it. I just couldn't get into it. I don't know if it was my mood or what. I was just sneaking around really horrible design cities, really grey and ugly. And I was just like, oh, this game sucks donkey balls. I'm deleting this crud. So that's my review of Dishonored 2. It's shit.
It was very similar to my review of Rage 2.
Fair enough. Last but not least, I played the beginning section of Nier Automata on the PC. So this has come to Game Pass on both Xbox and PC. Yeah, so I've obviously when it came out, I completed it on the PlayStation 4. Loved it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. But obviously it's now on Game Pass on both Xbox and PC. I thought I want to play it again. One, because I loved it, and one, I never completed it properly because it takes 3 playthroughs to get the proper ending. So I did the first playthrough, and then the second playthrough you play as another character, and I never finished that second playthrough. So I would like to actually do that, and it's just one of those games that I just love the music, the art style, and just the gameplay in general. And I thought, well, now it's on Game Pass and I can get some Chivos on it. It's a perfect time to redo the gameplay on that. Initially, it had a bit of a weird launch on Game Pass on PC because they launched it. I mean, it's been on Xbox Game Pass for a while now, but they launched it on the PC Game Pass. But it had no achievements, and I was like, oh, I might as well just play on the Xbox. And then about 2 days later, it had an update where they added achievements to the PC version, which is really, really weird. Now, one interesting thing of note on the PC version is that Steam, people that own this on Steam are very upset because on Game Pass on the PC, it's the Become Gods edition. And apparently it has extra content, and it has a patch that makes it run nicer. And the Steam version,
there was issues with the PC version when it first came out.
Yeah, and apparently the Steam version it hasn't got this Become as Gods update. So all the Steam people are like, oh, why have they got it on the Xbox Game Pass, a better version than us on Steam? And I do understand their frustration, right? I mean, Square should have just pushed that update onto all versions on the PC. So I just find that another one. But yeah, it's I mean, that beginning of Nier it takes quite a while, and you have to do it all before you can even bloody save the game. As well as at least an hour of gameplay before you can even bloody save it. Yeah, so that's a little bit frustrating. But yeah, I'm loving being back into this game because I'm loving that, as I mentioned back in the day when I first played it, it's that different versions of gameplay that you get as you're playing it. It's, it goes from, a top-down shooter, like a spaceship shooter, to a hack and slash, and then a side-scrolling platformer at times. So it has a lot of variety in the gameplay, and it has a really good storyline as well, actually. And I do remember the ending being
the story's kind of bizarre.
It is bizarre, but it is quite I really liked it.
If you want more context, you'll be able to find out more when the remaster of the original game comes out.
Yes.
In about a month or so.
Yeah, it's not long now, is it?
For me, it was the gameplay was fantastic. The story and the aesthetic were a little bit odd and off-putting because I prefer Western
Japanese
games over. Yeah, running around in a black French dress. Yeah,
yeah, but they're robots, Colin. They've got to be they're sexy robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a cool game, and it's nice that it's hit Game Pass. I mean, Game Pass has been just insane. I mean, I downloaded. I've not played it, obviously. Octopath Traveler. The other day. It's only 3 gig, and it's just like they're getting all these big games on the service now, and it's just, when am I going to find time to fucking play all these games? You know what I mean? But they're all.
By the time you get round to play them, they'll have taken them off, and you'll have to buy them.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been playing, guys. Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
Questions?
I don't think we've had any. I'm just going to double check.
Must have had a few through.
I'm just double checking Facebook because I can't remember getting any question. Oh, I might have had a question on Facebook. I'm just trying to. Got to just go past lawn mowing simulator on there on the video. No.
What, do you reckon lawn mowing simulator will be better than goat simulator?
Probably.
Okay.
There's no questions on Bookface. No questions. If there's any questions from people on the Twitch chat, please feel free to pump them in. I'm just going to look at see if anyone sent me anything on Twitter.
Well, there was a little bit of news as well, again, wasn't it? I'm sure I saw the other day that they're making a Ghost of Tsushima film.
Yes.
Which is more proof that Hollywood's
starring Tom Cruise.
Ideas. I don't know. They're going to be obviously casting certain Japanese actors in it, no doubt, which it should be, to be honest. Yeah, it's obviously everyone's like, yeah, let's make films about games again.
Was the Monster Hunter film any good? Because I've not watched that yet.
No, it hasn't come out over here. Hasn't come out yet over here.
Oh,
what's that, Godzilla Kong?
Oh, well, I've got it, so.
Have you now? Okay.
What's this?
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Just haven't watched it. Yeah. Okay, so we've got no questions, so I suppose we can end it here then.
How happens we do a Patreon episode?
What's that, mate?
So what happens if you do Patreon episodes? No one asks a question because they don't hear it get answered.
Okay, Strokey says. Strokey says, "What's the filthiest game you have played?" I'm talking having a bath with a wire brush doesn't make you feel better. Mine is Custer's Revenge.
Not heard of it.
What the fuck is Custer's Revenge?
Alien Colonial Marines.
Dirtiest game.
Oh,
That was
he's talking
awful.
about porn games.
Oh, porn.
Yeah, because
Catherine?
Custer's Revenge is a porn game
I've
from the
never played
Atari
that.
2600.
I'm tempted by Catherine.
What?
What the
I
hell?
don't know. Wasn't there like a strip poker on the Spectrum or something?
No, there
back
was
in
one
the
on-
day
there
where
was
you'd
one
get
on the
like a
Commodore.
really badly
Yeah, I
pixelated
played that.
version of Sam Fox or something.
There was one on the
Yeah.
Commodore 64 as
Yeah,
well.
Samantha Fox. Yeah,
Yeah.
I played that on the Commodore 64 when I was young.
Yeah,
I'm not
Leisure
gonna
Suit
say it
Larry is one that comes to mind for me.
Yeah. I mean, those kind of games, they don't really translate, do they, into into modern day gaming, do they?
No.
You know,
No.
there's
They were just like brick simulators, weren't they? Or like the old bricks games. You just knock
Oh
the things
yeah,
out
and
to do
then there's a
more.
naked lady behind the bricks. Oh
Those are all over the place in arcades in Taiwan.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, bizarre. Strokey played strip poker on the Amiga with Sam Fox.
No, he got better graphics than me then.
I've never played any dodgy games like that, to be honest. I've been
They
quite a
weren't
good
dodgy,
boy.
though, were they? They were proper release.
Played Uno instead. So real.
Uno with windmills on the
genitalia.
360. Yeah,
Mm.
bloody hell. Goodness me. Cool. And if there's no more questions, we should end it here then, I suppose.
yeah, man.
2 hours
Got
and
some-
5 minutes.
Oh, it's like a breath of fresh air, Webby. Thank you. I'm forever in your debt.
What do you fancy playing some Call of Duty, Colin?
Yes, some Warzone.
Yeah, let's jump on some Warzone.
Can do.
Yeah, man. With the controller. Cool.
Controller.
Right, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this week's show. Don't forget that you can all, for those of you that are watching on Twitch, you can sign up to the Patreon at patreon.com/360gamercast if you want to listen back to the show.
And pay for Webby's deluxe version of 6 Days in Fallujah.
Please,
Yes.
I need it in my life. Please support the devs.
The devs.
No.
Think of the devs and their livelihoods.
Yes.
Well,
So for me, Mark Webb, Gamer Tag, PSMD, SteamID, Webby, 360G.
For me, Kali Wally.
stay safe, Cinema Dan.
Number one Stuntmaster.
And still in one piece since they switched.
So thank you very much. You can find us on Twitter at 360gamercast. Same with the Facebook group. If you want to join our vibrant Discord community, the link is in the show notes. So thank you very much. God save the Queen. See you next
The fascist
week.
regime.
Goodbye. Bye. No,
Done. Done.
diddly done.
Right, on to Warzone. Should we hop in Xbox Party Chat, no matter what we're playing?
Well, I'm going to bed.
My eyes are like at the back of my head.
Dan, join us in Party Chat?
I could do that, yeah. So I'm playing Mario Kart at the moment.
Hell yeah.
Hell to the yeah.
We haven't had a Mario Kart. When we did have that Mario Kart gamer night, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to do another one again.
How many can that hold, actually, Mario Kart?
8, I think.
Well, they can do 12, I think.
No, it's 12.
Oh, you can do 12? Okay.
Yeah. I think it's 12. Oh, 12 places. Yes, there's 12 races and then the online race. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
I like Wreckfest more.
Oh, God.
Colin.
Yeah, Wreckfest is okay.
There's no blue shells in Wreckfest.
Yeah, I kind of got tired of Wreckfest a little
What
bit.
is Blue Shell? Is that just the
Yes.
one that goes for the number one place?
Yeah, it
Yes.
goes to one place. It just piles through in a straight line. It goes along the base of the line of the racing line, and everything in its way gets knocked over until it gets to the first place racer. It takes them out straight away.
Talk to you later.
See you later, man.
Right.
Bye night.
Oh, we've
Right,
got
I'm
a
hopping
few
on
people on the
Sexy
Twitch
Box.
that want to join the Mario Kart nights. We need to sort that out.
Okay, man.
Cool. Alright, Colin, I'll be with you in 5
See you in a
minutes.
bit.
I've got to play the outro
Yep, bye.
music. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. See you guys.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Bye, 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 bye. Thanks, everybody. See you for the normal show next week, where we will be playing the national anthem every single episode from now on. God save the Queen. See you next week.